Hey there! Welcome to our motorcycle adventure from Bellefonte, Pennsylvania to Key West, Florida. I'm Mark, and you'll join me and my good buddy Rob on an epic adventure through the Outer Banks, the southern United States, and ending at the southernmost point in the continental United States. And we can't wait to take you along for the ride. Join us for some amazing sights, cool stops, restaurant and bar reviews, and lots of fun on the road. Let's go! Day three, your bike wouldn't start.
No.
That was
mysteriously.
There is a mysterious gremlin, an Italian gremlin, if you will.
Italian gremlin. You know how they are. They hold a grudge.
Yeah. So we go down, and Rob's fancy Ducati bike has a key fob, not a key. Mm-hmm. My bike is like almost 10 years newer than his. Mine still just has a key, like a normal motorcycle.
Like a peasant.
Yeah, like a peasant, but it started every time.
Getting your key out.
Yeah, getting my key out. Although we'll talk about my key on the train later. But so we're just like looking at this thing dumbfounded, like, what do we do now? And Rob says, I don't have jumper cables. I'm like, you have all that crap on your bike? You brought all these tools. You have 30 tire plugs and you don't have jumper cables? I said, I thought you brought this air compressor power bank thing. He goes, well, yeah, that's to charge our phones.
So, first off, at that moment in time, I only had 2 tire plugs.
Oh, okay. You brought the other ones from Pennsylvania with your wife.
She brought them.
Via air travel. Yeah.
30 more.
Yeah.
You never know.
And thankfully, we never needed any.
We didn't get a flat tire.
We brought rain gear and tire plugs and didn't need either one, and that's a good day.
Yeah. So the key fob, a little research later, it appears that perhaps if you're not very gentle with your key fob, as in it just constantly falls out of your pocket and it hits the deck, there's a chance that you're going to break or loosen up the antenna or something on there.
Yeah.
And the trick is to just hold it closer.
Yeah.
Now, since then, I don't know.
It's worked, thankfully.
Yeah.
We had this theory that if you put it in the seat release that it would start the bike, and you did that at one point and it did start, so maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it completed a circuit somewhere, who knows?
Yeah.
But we got her going, took off. So we jetted down 95 to Jacksonville and then jumped off on 1 and went over to St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
It is beautiful. Went over to Flagler College.
That's a very cool town, too.
Yeah. Went over to Flagler College. You know, that's one of the oldest towns in America. I think it might be the oldest town in America.
Really?
Yeah, from European settlers, because the Spanish came there in like the 15 or 1600s.
Yeah.
Looking for the fountain of youth. You know, my joke, oh, you're going to Florida without me. So wandered around a little bit, spent some time.
Now, this is day 3.
Day 3.
Day 2, we should take note that, day 1 we had a little bit of rushing to do. But day 2 was very chill.
Yeah.
Day 3, so basically how we kind of set this up was that even before, we had to rush on day 1. But day 1 was going to be the most riding. Day 2 would be a little less. Day 3 would be a little less. Day 4 would be even less.
Right.
So as your riding days went on, you spent less time in the saddle, which I think made it more bearable.
It was. Because if we'd have flip-flopped those,
that would have sucked.
That last day would be horrible.
Yeah.
Because after the first day, man, my ass was sore.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a little bit of reprieve. It's not too bad in the morning, but then it's bad by the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And it was continually bad the end of the day, even up until day 5, where we rode 3 blocks away. And I was like, I still don't want to be on this thing.
Nope. No, me neither.
So
St. Augustine.
Yeah, so St. Augustine, we wandered around. The last time I had gone to St. Augustine, I'm this huge Henry Flagler nerd, and what's now Flagler College was originally the Hotel Ponce de Leon, Flagler's first hotel, and because it was during COVID, I couldn't go inside. And this time we could go inside, wander around a little bit. It's now an active college, so they only let you wander around part of it, which was still cool. And then we went over to the St. Augustine Lighthouse, and we had to pick up some stickers and started putting them on the bike, and that became a thing that for all the places we went, throw some stickers on our luggage bags, and So the Lighthouse was the first one that I grabbed, and then we rode down A1A right along the coast, right along the Atlantic Ocean, which was super cool.
Very cool.
And then stopped in Daytona Beach.
Yes, Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach, the pinnacle of motorcycle culture and bike week. So we stop. Rob pulls us into this tattoo shop. Being no stranger to tattoo shops, obviously. There's a ton of empty parking spots. We pull in, thinking we're just going to be able to park there, and this very heavily tattooed gentleman runs outside and basically shakes us down for $20 to park in this parking lot. And at that point, I'm like, I don't feel like getting back on this bike and moving him.
So here's another. You're going to see a pattern here. I tricked Mark into paying for my $25 entrance fee to Skyline Drive, and I basically wanted to argue with this face tattooed gentleman.
He did have a lot of face tattoos.
Long enough for either we're going to get into a fist fight or Mark's going to give him $20.
And the latter was what happened. I gave the dude $20 because I'm like, I'm hungry and I just want to get lunch. And usually Rob makes me eat lunch at a freaking gas station. So now I'm going to get a real lunch. So this will be fantastic. So we go over to this like beachside restaurant, which unbeknownst to us, for some reason, Daytona Beach had carted in via buses, like coach buses, a bunch of college students who, like hundreds of them that were on the beach and absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, they were drunk. Yeah, they were.
So we went to the top part of this restaurant where none of them were.
None of them were.
Had a great lunch.
Yeah, because I don't know, the door guy, the bouncer.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was very, you don't want to go downstairs. Don't fucking go downstairs.
The kids got the place they're all drunk.
You want to get any service, right? You go upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So we go upstairs, we eat our lunch, and then you went to the window and saw quite an interesting show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I had completed my meal, if I recall, and then I stretched my legs and I moseyed over. They had a pile. The whole oceanside view was all glass, and I look over, and as I stare onto the abyss of drunk college-age children, I go, "Oh!" And this old fella is sitting there, and he goes, "Take it easy there, big fella." I was like, "No, not that. That girl got punched. I think she got punched in the face." And what I had seen was a young woman bleeding profusely from her nose down. I mean, it was all over her chest, all over her face. Two girls were kind of like sort of carrying her. She was moving on her own, but they were kind of like helping her, and there was this dude that was sort of helping her. And then behind her was another young lady who was actively screaming at her. And I think what had happened was I had just missed witnessing that girl get punched in the face.
Yeah. The other girl was the aggressor, and the bloody girl was the victim.
And they were just walking back.
So you walked up 30 seconds too late.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to leave, and we're walking out, and at the hostess stand, there is a young lady in a bikini who is blackout drunk, completely blackout drunk, like to the point she can't even stand. People are trying to hold her up, and she's like...
But even before that, drunk girls were trying to come in.
Yeah, they were trying to use the bathroom, and they got run off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this girl is just blackout drunk. People are trying to hold her up, and she's like just sliding down vertically, like hands in the air, sliding through their grasp. And in the meantime, her bikini top is just coming off. Mm-hmm. And I just like look over, see what's going on, and there's this girl's boobs. I'm like, whoa, those are boobs. Mm-hmm. And we just kept walking, and I felt really bad for the bus drivers that had to drive these idiots home, because they were just like, there were guys just like wrestling for fun in the bushes, and everyone was drunk. I can imagine that was just a drunken, just the way that smelled on the way back.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they had to go, but whatever it was is not good.
Yeah. It was strange. It was unexpected because it was not spring break time.
No.
So
Yeah, it's like the end of April, so I don't know if they're getting out of school and this was like a senior week kind of deal.
It was weird though because behind this building, they had like the snow fencing, and I'm assuming that's like, okay, the alcohol has to stay in here or something like that.
Don't go outside of here.
But
it was crazy. So that was enough of Daytona Beach for us.
Yeah.
So we hop back on the highway and we're just like, all right, well, let's get to Miami. It's gonna be dark by the time we get there. Let's get to Miami. And I don't know if you've ever driven on the highway in Florida, but everyone goes 90 or 95. So if you're going to be in the left lane, you better be doing 100 or plus.
Mm-hmm. And I have to say, I love that part of the Floridian psyche.
Right, they still care. Like
I love the fact that it's like we have shit to do and places to go, and my car goes 100, so why not just do 100?
Yeah. So we did like 3 hours of just 100 plus.
Yep.
The whole way to Miami.
And I mean, it got to the point where, and our long range motorcycling listeners, which maybe some of you are, or future listeners,
Or might be.
Yeah. You know how it is when you're on a bike for a long time. You're fidgeting, you're moving, you're in weird positions, So there we are. We're doing 100 plus miles an hour. And I've got my feet on the rear pegs, the passenger pegs, and I'm leaned over with my elbow on the tank, kind of just like propping up my middle, passing people like it's my job.
But I think that was also where that dude passed us on the sport bike.
Yes.
That came like blazing through, weaving through traffic like it was nothing. He did it very smoothly. I got to give him that.
Very smoothly.
And probably doing 130, 140. Yeah. And when he passed us, just very calmly with his left hand, pulled his cell phone out of his back pocket.
Yep. I witnessed that. Because the last thing I saw was him looking at his phone.
I had my phone in a mount on the dashboard of my bike, and just every time, like for me to look down for a second, it was like, oh, what did I miss up front? Like I was not messing around with that thing.
Yeah,
he just pulled it out with his hand.
Yeah,
and was just
he was chilling.
He was on his way to see his lady friend or something.
Yeah.
So then we go to Miami. We stayed in a little like a Hilton, a true hotel by Hilton in West Brickell, in the nicer section of Miami, which was super cool because everyone else, it was valet. And then for us, they gave us a really nice spot, kind of, it's all covered and closed, whatever.
Yeah. Parking was cool.
Where I just about dropped my bike after, all that, like trying to park the thing, and it almost hit the ground. I caught it, thankfully.
Well, all the times you're squatting 500 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Comes into play.
Not that it would have been a huge deal, but like you feel stupid anyway. After I stalled it earlier that day or the night before in Savannah, the one time I stalled that thing was when we had to cut over. You put us in the wrong lane, and I'm like in behind a bus, cutting into somebody else's traffic.
And I even waved to the guy like, "Hey, can we cut over?" And he's just like, "Can you?"
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to hold this guy up. We're already kind of being freaking assholes about this, and then I stalled my bike right before. I'm like, oh, jeez, like I haven't been doing this for 20 years. So yeah, good spot in Miami. We walked down to that pizza place. Excellent pizza.
What was the name of that?
I looked it up today. It's called Tudu Pizza. Tuttu. Very good pizza.
Very good pizza. I knew it was going to be good because the woman was Italian.
Yeah, I mean the whole place was very Italian.
Yeah,
they had the pizza place. Then next door they had a pasta place, and it was basically like a whole. I don't want to call it a strip mall because it wasn't better than that. Yeah. It wasn't really a strip mall.
No, it was good. It was good pizza, and I ordered a Stella, and she served it in the chalice, which is an instant plus in my mind. If I get a Stella in a chalice, that means this place has class.
Yeah, I went the whole way to I went the whole way to Miami to drink a Dogfish Head. Because that's what I got there.
Yep.
A couple of Dogfish Head 60s.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a great place. You went out and walked around a little bit, get some steps in, which, for a bunch of dudes who are used to getting a good amount of steps in every day, like I try to get 10 to 15,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle for 12 hours a day, you're getting about 1,200.
Yep.
So my step counts were way down. You got some in that day.